Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Worldology, and today I'm going to give y'all some full gameplay of Battlefield 6. That was in open beta, right? That was in the open beta, probably the first, second week. I don't know. But now we got some new news about the new Battlefield Labs that's, going to potentially be coming out for the people who get invited into the Battlefield Labs. So, now that we know that Battlefield Labs testing is still going on, meaning that they're doing a lot of testing before this October 10th gets released. And I don't know, I'm feeling that it might be pushed back, but I hope it doesn't be pushed back. Because after like playing 2042 a little bit, man, I just you just have no self sustainability in 2042 like I thought you did. And it's just a lot with that game. The game's just it's just not good. So yeah, I reacted to the Battlefield trailer. You can go look at that video and see my quick thoughts on it. And now there's new things on Battlefield testing that we were advocating for and fighting for. So now we have the new server browser that is now getting tested. So first you're going to do the server browser and the matchmaking search, right? And I don't think if it's like a filter thing, like how it is in Battlelog, then I think that can be a good addition. Because like, why are you trying to do two things in one bucket instead of like putting a filter on the server browser and just like searching up there? So now I'm gonna put it on the screen. So it says, "Hello everyone. Battlefield Labs is returning as we resume testing the latest updates and content we're focusing on refining and polishing the game for launch using the amazing feedback received during open beta. Thank you. This includes new maps and the first look of the server browser. We look forward to hearing your thoughts as well as the feedback from people who test this content as we continue to build Battlefield together, leading up to October 10th launch. Battlefield Labs resumes. The end of the open beta now provides us with the opportunity to return to Battlefield Labs play sessions. This time around, these sessions may occur at more varied intervals as we target finalizing the launch balance and features of Battlefield 6. Battlefield Labs is intended as an experimental environment where the latest changes and work in progress ideas are tested with players in a closed and private space. The content played here will often be in various stages of production, including items in alpha state, which may result in less polished or stable builds during gameplay. This setup allows us to balance and make adjustments much faster as we shape the future of the game with you. Before we dive into some areas that we're focused on, if you're interested in shaping the future of Battlefield, sign up for Battlefield Labs, and you can do that if you look on their, program, and then do what you got to do in the Battlefield Labs if you get invited. So the thing with this is that they're doing, obviously, Battlefield Labs is just testing, so obviously it's going to be less polished and less stable. So we don't know how this server browser is going to be in a full game. Right now, it does look like a good implement of the server browser, and I think it should just be like the main factor of the server browser. It should be just the whole. All right, excuse me. So yeah, I think that server browser should be the whole implement of the whole game. Like yeah, Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 and all that had, the simple matchmaking feature. But I think they should just build on the server browser because that's just the main thing that was advocated for. Oh, searching for a game. I don't even recall hearing anybody in the Battlefield community ever pressing start or matchmaking for Battlefield, instead of using a server browser. Because it makes no sense where you have to, press a button and just search for something without your time, instead of just looking at the server browser and using your own time into finding, the optimal servers for you. Instead of like playing, if you're say in East or in a West, you're playing on Europe servers or anything like that, right? So it's just a good implement of the server browser. It should have everything that the Battlelog server browser have. That's why I'm saying they should build on it. It's going to be a big thing. They need they need the ticker rate, because I hope y'all fix the ticker rate. You need to show the ticker rate. You need to show you need to show this the ping. You need to show the amount of players in it. You need to show everything. You need to show if it's an official server. You need to show if it's going to have, obviously like I did in 2042, moderate XP or full XP or no XP. You need to have everything about that. And the thing about the server browser is we don't know if we will have, pay servers that you have to pay your servers, and then you can have full XP on every server that you can. And the thing with having Portal in that type of environment is that anybody can pay, money just to make some retarded ass server and then gain like full XP for it or anything. But the thing is with the XP, I also, again, in my previous videos, I did say that I do advocate for like a ranking system in Battlefield. There was a ranking system in previous Battlefield 4. You just had the skill level, and you acquired that until I think skill level 1,000, winning games and whatnot, and getting kills and stuff, and getting objectives. So I think they should bring that back into the the franchise. They should bring some type of skill in the franchise to have everything come into play. And the thing with that is that it needs to be in a pace where it doesn't ruin the game for the core Battlefield players. Like Call of Duty players saying that they're going to mess up the game. And the thing with that is that the game is harder than Call of Duty, and there's no way that you can make the game Call of Duty infested, because we have vehicles and we have a bigger map and we have bigger, more gadgets and mortars and C4s and claymores that's like stuck in between cracks and crevices in urban environments. It's no way that you can move around like a Call of Duty player like how you can in Call of Duty than in Battlefield, because Battlefield is more of a battlefield instead of Call of Duty being a point and click. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, I'm also going to talk about that in this video anyway. I said I was going to talk about it, so why not? We're going to talk about two things. So, focusing on the next topic, I'm going to read the rest of it, and then I'll say what I was going to say at the end of the video. So, Portal and server browser. Some of the most frequent questions from the community have been about server browser availability and functionality. In an upcoming Battlefield Labs play session, we will enable an early implementation of this portal functionality within the community tab. At this stage, our main goal is to observe how it works in practice, with initial feedback focusing on accessibility and UI clarity. As with the custom search functions seen within the recent Battlefield 6 open beta, these features should be treated as work in progress. They are not final, and for now, the scope of the server browser is intentionally limited so that we can focus on stability and core usability. So yeah, they are basically saying what I said. Battlefield Labs is the vital part of our collaboration with the community, helping us shape and validate these systems together. These tests will be limited in functionality and use cases, allowing us to focus on feedback and ensure stability before expanding further if necessary. Players will only see only a subset of functionality and community experiences. Portal custom community experience building will not be available in this test. So they are basically, like I said, they're functioning on the core, element of the server browser. So we're going to see the server browser be the main thing for Battlefield 6. Hopefully, because it literally sounds what they saying. And if that is the case, then it's like, oh, then what are they going to do with that? So now that I see it on the screen, you do see that it says customize filters. So yes, I guess it does see that they are going to put the server browser in front of the matchmaking search, and they're just gonna fix the matchmaking search to just put it as a filter, right? So that's a good thing for the Battlefield community. We advocated for that and we got it. It just hopefully just shows like more in depthness to like what we're getting into in every game we join. Because joining and playing the same damn map like in 2042 or in any other game that you play for your free time or whatever, it gets it gets tedious, it gets annoying, and it pisses you off subconsciously or consciously. It just does, because eventually you're going to say, why the hell am I going to keep playing this stupid ass map, right? Eventually you're going to, nobody is that chill to be like, oh, we're going to play this map every single day unless it's like lockers or metro. Nobody is playing those two maps, not every single day except for a map like say Stadium every single day, right? Or Haven every single day. Even Redacted. Redacted is ass because of the amount of grenades that's in that game, right? Cluster grenades, whatever. So I'm gonna get to the next one. So upcoming Battlefield Labs play sessions will focus primarily on hosting, where we will concentrate on the ease of setting up player-owned server via predefined shortcodes, altering descriptions, selecting tags, and joining those experiences. We are aiming to validate this flow to ensure the sca- scalability and accessibility of the feature. Hosting and customizing, players can use the experience library to find and verify conquest experience using the provided shortcode. Enter the shortcode in the search field to access the mode, right? Then choose to play. See a pre-filtered list of active servers or hosts. Set up your own server, where you will be able to alter descriptions, rotations, and tags, joining and experiencing. Players can join via the experience library as described or open a server browser from the UI to view all currently running servers. From here, you can select servers, join them, and explore tag filters. We'll also use this opportunity to gather feedback on the tag and filtering systems to identify areas of improvement in live service. So, for some reason, it sounds like they scrapped premium. They said they was going to bring premium back. I don't know if they're going to do premium and live service. That sounds like it's doing too much, and it wouldn't be in the final game. So now we see the tags that are able to be selected. So we have friendly fire, heavily asymmetrical, no HUD, hardcore map modification, custom logic, loadout restrictions, limited HUD, class locked weapons, and short experience. So these are the basic, you know, modified modifications that you see in Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3, right? They are the basic, and it it could be a good addition depending on if competitive servers like the friendly fire on some environments, depending on the situation of the match or whatever the rules or whatnot. Those can be a good thing. They should have restrictions for they should have competitive restrictions because y'all are making a competitive mode, which is Gauntlet, and then y'all should have like the fun for the portal, but it looks to me, guys, it sounds like you are doing way too much on paper. Server browser is good. We have a lot of game modes that splits the player base a little bit. We have a lot of things that is good for Battlefield, but it's like, man, what is actually going to be the main game mode? Is Breakthrough going to be the main game mode? Is Conquest? Because now we have, you know, short type of map designs, right? We have small map designs, infantry focused map designs mainly with, the vehicles. And it feels like Conquest is the best game mode for all these maps at the current moment. Like the only breakthrough map is that is good is basically Siege of Cairo in my opinion, and it's pretty tough to identify what is the best you know game mode for every single map because struggling to find a game mode for a new player can be a little daunting for the casual player or the new player or whatever the player is at the moment and wanting to try the new Battlefield. So you will be able to access a short code to, get the official server. So basically saying what I'm saying, right? But I think it should be better to have like a sign or a golden name for like Dice or EA that says official server so we would not forget. Like just like or like unnoticed. We just need a very bright gold sign or something for the server browser and shows like this is the official EA server and you should not mistake it. And the short code, yeah, the short code is good. The short code is good, but it's just like, what are you going to do with the server browser? Are you going to make it like mainly official EA, or are you just going to have it a server browser for like the people to create the servers? That's what I'm also trying to get out of it. Like because Dice, y'all did do official servers for every single Battlefield until y'all did the paid servers, and then y'all had us pay the servers just to play it. But you still put the EA official servers on top of the server browsers, right? So I don't know if that will come back, but it is good that you can identify what server that you want to join by the tags and everything that's pertaining to finding the server browser that the people want, right? So I'm gonna get to the next one, and we have the last paragraph, the combined arms training. Now to read it. Before the open beta, Battlefield Labs play sessions have focused on fundamentals of gameplay, such as movement, gunplay, and destruction, alongside ensuring that server stability is efficient for the open beta and beyond. Open beta has highlighted feedback around the need to ensure balancing occurs across different size environments, and we are now entering a phase of Battlefield Labs where this becomes one of our primary focuses as we continue to collaborate and work on future optimizations for the game. Improvement to weapons, large scale vehicular vehicular combat, gadget balancing, and more are set to take place within Battlefield Labs. New maps such as Operation Firestorm and Marek Valley are designed for combined arms combat, and vehicles take center stage, featuring a diverse range of vehicles from quad bikes to tanks and aircraft. We aim to validate gameplay balance on these new locations and compare it against previously tested maps. We'll also be using Battlefield Labs to determine the official setting for hardcore mode, and we look forward to working with players to define it. Until then, here's a sneak peek at Marek Valley. And you can see it on the top left. And what's next is, you know, continue to Essential Space for testing new features and balancing, and you can join, the server, the the Battlefield Labs if you sign up with their link. So if you find the paragraph that, the article they posted, you can scroll to the bottom and apply for Battlefield Labs. And if you get lucky, then you get a sign in and you can sign into EA and you're there. So the thing with this, right, is that they're not doing different size environments, and they said that was going to be their main focus. So now that we know, something is saying that the gameplay and the mechanics and everything is finalized for the game, and nothing is probably going to change. And if something do change, it's probably not going to be very major, because this type of in testing, right? Talking about different size environments and the new phase of Battlefield Labs, collaborate and work on future optimizations. That is something that they need to do. Optimizing the game, having tick rates so people die when they are shot, and not have people tank like two headshots or four headshots or three or anything like that. So you should, because Battlefield 4, if you do not remember or forget, you die by two headshots, and sometimes you die by one. So yeah, I think you should, you know, keep that in the game, and those type of testing should be mandatory anyway. So I think we should have better optimization when the game started, because it was in the Battlefield beta that you could not get the highest optimized, frames per second that you could with the computer you had, whether it be a good computer or bad computer, whatever. You could not get the highest amount of FPS that you could. So yeah, I think that is all I'm gonna say for this video. I think the article, hey, it sounds like it's a good thing. It sounds a good addition. You can react to my trailer that I reacted to for the PC trailer, and I did a little bit of, adjusting on what I was trying to say to y'all about the movement and Operation Firestorm and whatnot. So yeah, that is all I'm gonna say for this video. And hope you like, share, and subscribe. I do stream on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube, and I will stream when Battlefield 6 comes out. And if people do a 2042 uninstall, and hey, just whatever, whatever we do, man. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for this video, and see.